plants we grew were hellebores and hostas. Hellebores have a very slim range for ideal pH, one between 5.5 and 5.8. The ideal EC for hellebores is between 1.5 and 2.0. Hostas are a little more forgiving in that they can tolerate pHs even slightly basic, or slightly acidic between 5.5 and 7.5. And their target EC is the same as hellebores, between 1.5 and 2.0. Two of the plants we grew were... Overall, our plant growing foray this semester was a success. Our poinsettias were very healthy and had great color by the time of the plant sale. Very few of our crops failed, aside from the stunted growth of the coneflowers. And as far as the plant sale went, we came very close to our target profit of $4,000. We were just $141 short. We did, however, learn some things from the mistakes that we made. One of the most consequential mistakes that we made was with our watering schedule. We watered everything the same with regards to both frequency and amount, and this led to some plants being overwatered, which consequently led to botrytis infestations, fungus gnats in some of the plants, as well as root rot and some bacterial infections that killed some plants. Our hellebores, our coneflowers, and our Gerbera daisies grew, but did not flower well. Our coneflowers likely had bad seeds. Our hellebores were root bound, and our Gerbera daisies just did not flower as well as we could have. We maybe could have been more proactive with PGRs to increase flowering. The location of the plant sale was not ideal in that it was far from campus and traffic, and the signage was not adequate. In addition to that, we only had one day of sales, which really reduced the amount of plant material that we were able to sell. The mistakes we made in this class allow future classes to learn and improve. For example, we would recommend changing the watering schedule to be more precise to target every individual species of plant. Overall, we could probably do less watering with regards to frequency across the board. And we could be better about monitoring pests. For example, we could use flytrap paper, and we could be better about keeping the doors closed to exclude pests from entering. Our hellebores were ready to be sold when we first got them in. This was a problem because due to the pot sizes we had available, they were stuck in their pots, became root bound, and did not look good by the time of the plant sale. The Gerbera daisies could have used larger pots and more PGRs so that they flowered better, and the coneflowers were stunted, likely from very old seeds. We would also recommend changing the location of the plant sale. While it is cool to see where we grew them, I'm not sure that it has as many benefits as it does downfalls. For example, it's not in a very visible place, and the traffic that goes by is relatively light compared to other places available to us. The riverbend greenhouses could be a good option, and if possible, maybe the trial gardens would be a better place. It would also be a recommendation of ours to have more plant sale days. Instead of just relying on one day, on one 4-hour shift to sell all of our plants, or to at least sell enough to make our target profit, we could spread that out over the days, allowing more people to go. Because some people had already left for Thanksgiving, some people aren't on campus. And so having more plant sale days would be wise and beneficial. In conclusion, we learned a lot from this class. Cultivating as many plants as we did required consistent care, attention to detail at every step of plant growth, and detailed and thorough understanding of the requirements that each species had to grow. From the initial pot up to preparing the drip irrigation, from measuring pH to EC weekly, measuring the plant size weekly, applying PGRs, fertilizers. We had to take many steps to ensure that our plants would be able to grow and thrive, and that we would be able to sell them. The inspections, the biweekly inspections that we had on the plants allowed us to track how the plants were doing in regards to nutrients and fertilization, and it allowed us to monitor any potential pests or diseases before they became too damaging. Now that we've sold the plants, it's been obvious how important it is in this industry to plan in detail, to have a schedule and to schedule in advance. And it's so important to keep up to date, so to monitor regularly. And it's important to remember that you should intervene in a timely manner. Things like that can make or break a crop. And so this course was very instrumental in teaching future greenhouse industry people how it is that they can grow a successful crop.